Hello everybody, welcome back for this new video, Mockingjay Decoded. So, I thought about the Mockingjay when I was doing my Green Goblin and the Joker Decoded because I spoke about the J, the letter J. So I had downloaded a few images and I decided not to include it because it doesn't have the same colors, but this is obviously a phoenix representation here with the fire, and as we saw, the Green Goblin, the Joker, it the Killer Clown, the Shark in the Sewer, in the Slaughter Race Decode, the Candyman, all show these phoenix patterns. So I wanted to do a deeper decode on this one. The Hunger Games are 56 in Chaldean. Well, we couldn't miss a 56 in a decode. So with 56 in Chaldean we have energy harvesting, soul collecting. So these Hunger Games are all about harvesting energy. The matrix parasite, the parasite's mind, parasite hive mind, the parasite hive. So it's all about the parasite. Then mass mind control, Osiris the Black Sun, CERN's hidden sun, the reincarnation, Osiris slain and risen, the Trojan horse, the horned god, this is the god Cernunnos, so this is related to CERN, goat of Mendes, hologram device, rechargeable battery, the land of Oz, hypnotic spell, life is an illusion, the golden ratio, the artificial matrix, the false world, God is the machine, operating system, tortured in hell, the beast 666, pi infernal cycle, keeper of time, and Saturn death cult. Now note that Katniss Everdeen is 56, matching the Hunger Games, and she is of course the main character of this movie. Now as you know, 56 matches element barium, that has an atomic mass of 137, that is the fine structure constant. So okay, this is telling us that the nature of this universe is to be in the Hunger Games, and it's all about sacrifices. And with 137 we have the god of sleep, hologram device, computer game, central unit, the central unit of the computer, mind control. So you see we have this reference to the mind control with the 137 and with the 56. We are in a trance, spell casting. Who is Yodhe-Vavhe? This is the Tetragrammaton, of course. Hamster wheel, that is the wheel of reincarnation. Fibonacci spiral, Metatron cube, and we are in a metatronic system, and the archons lie. Now 56 is linked to number 35 in the golden ratio because 35 appears at the 56th digit. So with 35 we have the goblin, and we also have simulation. So this simulation is about the Hunger Games. And we also have cyclotron. And it is interesting because the name of the actress playing Katniss is Jennifer Lawrence. And as you know, the cyclotron was invented by Ernest O. Lawrence. So it's not a coincidence that this actress is playing this role. With 35 we also have evil entity, the wizard, this is of course the Wizard of Oz, radioactive, so it always shows that this thing, this machine running this place is radioactive. Then we have God Saturn, oak apple, This is a reference to the printing industry. MK Illusion, and this is a mind control matrix. Dream Spirit, this is the god of dream. Hypnagogia. REM Sleep, this is the same. Clockwork, this is the Clockwork Orange. Intel Core, reference to the computer. The Script. Life Spiral, the Ram God and Telepath. So the Ram God is Osiris. 35 is linked to element bromine, and this element means stench. And we saw before in the decode about slaughter race that they show the shark in the sewer, so this stench is related to the sewer. Now 56 appears at the 30th digit of the golden ratio, and 30 of course is a big number. This is Jehovah, the Lord, and Demiurge. And the sine wave and cosine wave of 30, when you add up all the numbers, we get 137. That is the atomic mass of element barium, the fine structure constant. The Hunger Games is 151 in English ordinal, matching element europium, and europium is your opium, and this is linked to the god of sleep that uses poppies. Europium is element 63, and with 63 in English ordinal we have Yod-Heh Vav-Heh. So this is showing us that this game was made or designed by the Demiurge. 151 is the 36th prime number, and with 36 in Chaldean we have Phoenix. So this is why in this movie we see all this fire. Now the Hunger Games matches the Hummingbird in 15 different ciphers, so this is quite a lot. And the Hummingbird is something very special because it's a reference to the humming noise that the machine makes. It's the Saturn woofer. Then the Hunger Games match the act of living in 14 different ciphers, even in Chaldean. So this is telling us that the fact of being alive here in this plane means that we are in the rat race for survival, and many people are really living the Hunger Games in this world. Hummingbird is 118 in English ordinal, matching the matrix and matching the atomic mass of element tin. And as you know, tin is 10, linked to the Wheel of Fortune card, referring to reincarnation. And in Chaldean we have 37, matching the moon. The Hummingbird medicine card is number 44. And with 44 in Chaldean we have a synchrotron. The synchrotron is a cyclotron, and of course it is the particle accelerator. Then we have the Demiurge, so again we have this reference to the Demiurge. The Time Lord, that is Saturn. 3D DNA printer. Orange waves. So we can deduce that what is emitting those orange waves is the synchrotron. Saturn Moon, so this is Saturn Moon Titan. The Dead Twin. The Green Man. So as you can see, the Dead Twin is the same as the Green Man, the Green Goblin, Cernunnos. Death Portal. Vicious Circle. This is Pi. Gold currency. Our energy for the archons is like gold for them. To lie hidden. This means that whatever is doing this is hidden. And resident evil, so again showing the nature of what is running this matrix. Now about the phoenix. We've seen in my decode about the phoenix that Dumbledore in Harry Potter is a representation of the phoenix. And J.K. Rowling stated she chose the name Dumbledore which is a dialectal word for bumblebee. Because of Dumbledore's love of music, she imagined him walking around humming to himself a lot. So, of course, this is a version she's giving, but she knew very well what she was doing, and she knew the code. And we can see that bumblebee is 34 in Chaldean, matching element selenium, that represents the moon. This is why I think it's about Saturn's moon. And with the 44 we have Saturn moon. On this picture we can see that Saturn and its rings look like a woofer. So this is why I call this hummingbird the Saturn's woofer. And it is emitting low-pitch frequencies. Hunger Games is 118, just like The Matrix, just like Hummingbird, and also Hell on Earth, Archon's Food, 56, that we saw at the beginning, element barium, Incarnation, The Script, Love Spell, and Wheel of Karma. And the Wheel of Karma, of course, is the Wheel of Fortune, represented in the tarot. And we saw that 118 matches the atomic weight of tin, and tin is 10 in Chaldean, so the Wheel of Fortune is the 10th tarot card. And Hunger Games is 42 in Chaldean, matching the Mockingjay. That is the main character of this movie. And with 42 we have the bat medicine card, and the bat sleeps upside down, and this is showing us that we are in an inverted reality. And tin is the 50th element of the periodic table, matching the phoenix. So we are back to the phoenix. The Mockingjay is 141 in English ordinal, matching the Green Goblin. 141 is one of the atomic masses of element neodymium, that means the new twin. With 141 we also have the following expressions in English ordinal: stuck in karma, Saturn cycle, looking glass, wave emitter. So we can really clearly see that what we are talking about is what is emitting those waves that keep us in the matrix. Then fallen spirit, the fallen angels, the new twin, this is element neodymium. Underground, so this is showing us that this thing emitting those waves is underground. Portal of death, and conned souls. And we have reincarnation and three-pronged spear, that is the trident of Neptune. And Neptune is Poseidon, the beast of the sea. Neodymium is element 60 in the periodic table, and we have in Chaldean with 60 plasma apocalypse. This is what the phoenix is about, provoking this plasma apocalypse. And world of fantasy, this is Wonderland, this is the land of Oz. And the Mockingjay is 42 in Chaldean, matching element molybdenum. And we have with 42 ring of fire. And look at what we have with the Mockingjay. We have this ring of fire. Then we have Wonderland and Land of Oz. And we were just speaking about that with World of Fantasy. Then the Architect. Soul Stealer. So this is showing us that our souls have been stolen and sent to this reality. Then Trojan Horse. This whole mechanism is a Trojan horse. Born in matter. Artificial matrix, reincarnation, Samsara's wheel, so this is this wheel of fortune, the wheel of reincarnation. Eternal life, Yahweh and Pan, so this is Jehovah and Pan. Deception, so this Trojan horse was a deception. The dead sun, the sun god and Sol Invictus, this is what the Vatican is worshipping. But in my opinion, they are not worshipping our sun, they are worshipping the dead sun, which is the black sun. Then we have combustion, Great Sphinx, so we know that the Sphinx is a symbol of the phoenix. Lucid dreaming, dreams in digital, dream factory and electric dream. This is our state in the matrix, dreaming this reality. The Mockingjay is 42 in Chaldean, matching the U magnet. And 42 appears at the 92nd digit of pi. 92 is uranium, and you see this U magnet. The Joker is 92, so we have the Mockingjay being the same as the Green Goblin and the Joker. The atomic mass of uranium is 238, and in English ordinal, with this number, we have the order of the phoenix, so back to the phoenix again, the fire and the brimstone, so it's all about fire. Now the name of the character playing the Mockingjay is Katniss, and Katniss is a plant called Sagittaria. And Sagittaria is a genus of about 30 species of aquatic plants whose members go by a variety of common names including arrowhead, so we see the Mockingjay has an arrow, duck potato, Katniss, Omodaka, swamp potato, etc. So swamp, we've seen that with the jack-o'-lantern. The jack-o'-lanterns are basically fire forming from dead matter and dead bodies. This slide is from my decode about the Joker and the Goblin, in which we can see that with the 92 from uranium, we have the Goblin and the Joker being 92 in English ordinal and matching in 9 different ciphers. And the atomic mass of uranium being 238, found at the 60th digit of pi, matching hell and fire. So no wonder the Mockingjay has everything to do with fire. Mockingjay is 28 in Chaldean, matching Lucifer, the sun, the god, and candy cane, and we will see that in the next slide. And in alchemy we have element nickel, that is Nick, that means demon or devil, and El, the god El. Mockingjay is 108 in English ordinal, matching Green Goblin and also Lord Shiva. It also matches the Guardian, Magnetic Field, God is a Machine, the Spiral, Full Moon, Earthbound, and New Twin. 108 is element Hassium, and we saw in the decode about the Green Goblin and the Joker that this element means hate in German, Hass, and it also means the hot one. So here it's interesting to see the fire associated with this element. 108 appears at the 1367th digit of the golden ratio, and this number is the 219th prime number. 219 appears at the 516th digit of the golden ratio. The enemy is 516 in Fibonacci cipher, and it is the urn in English Sumerian. So this is interesting because in the decode about the Joker and the Green Goblin, we saw that what is running this matrix is the foe, the enemy, the opponent. And here we have the enemy also linked to the Mockingjay. That is the same as the Phoenix, the Green Goblin, the Joker. And the urn, of course, is what contains the ashes, and these are the ashes of the Phoenix. So Mockingjay is 108, just like Green Goblin and the Candyman, and J is the letter J. And this is a symbol of the hook. We saw this hook in the Candyman, and we also saw this hook on the car in Slaughter Race Decoded, and it was presented to us as a candy cane. So in the Hunger Games, they presented the Mockingjay as this bird, but it's pretty obvious that it is not a jay. This is a representation of the phoenix. Now, hunger is 314 in the Fibonacci cipher, and 314 is pi. In Fibonacci, we also have hell being 314. So we can see clearly that hell is pi. Hell is being stuck in pi, being stuck in this vicious circle, looping. We also have the urn and hole. This is what we could call the pit or the rabbit hole. So I am reaching this conclusion that we live in a phoenix system, and the earth is the urn of the phoenix. In my last decode about the Joker and the Goblin, we saw the letter J being 10, matching the Wheel of Fortune Tarot card, with this Roman cipher forming the X. And look here, the X is the mutable cross. And look at the letters of this X. Yod, He, Vav, He. This is the Tetragrammaton. And letter J was 90 in English ordinal, 90 being at the 76th digit of the golden ratio, and with 90 we have the trident, and we have element osmium, that is referring to the Wizard of Oz, and the Wheel of Fortune being 90. And with 90 in Chaldean we had the place of suffering, that is here, Earth, the rise of the Phoenix, and Lord of the Dead and Rebirth, that is Osiris. And this fits well, the Phoenix being dying and being reborn from its ashes. And in English ordinal we had thunder and element thorium that represents thunder, and the god Thor, the god of thunder. Then X curse and the moon. In my last decode about the Green Goblin and the Joker, we also saw that letter J was 24 in Chaldean, and the 24th letter of the alphabet is letter X, so J and X are really linked. And this X, of course, is what we see on the Wheel of Fortune card. We saw that letter J is the hook or the jack, and the letter J is 123 in English ordinal, matching the trident, and 2-7. 2-7 is element cobalt, that means goblin. And the jack is 21 in Chaldean, matching hook and goblin, but also Saturn. And 21 appears at the 93rd digit of pi, that is element Neptunium, that has the trident. So you see that the trident is also linked to the letter J and to the hook. So my conclusion was that it works as a transistor emitting frequencies. The name of this character playing the Mockingjay is Katniss Everdeen. And in English Ordinal we have 171. And in English Ordinal with the 171 we have eternal return, over and over again. So this is the eternal return of the phoenix, and this is also the reincarnation process. Then we have trapped and limited, this is how we are on earth. Then stuck in the box, the great architect, moon frequency, the waves of time, and clockwork orange. We are stuck in clockwork orange. And Katniss is 93 in English Ordinal. And with this number we have Saturn, harvest. Well, Saturn is the Grim Reaper, so this goes very well with the harvest. Then Land of Oz, scarab beetle, that is the symbol of death and regeneration. Then we have the black cube. This is the black cube of Saturn. Conqueror, gatekeeper, checkerboard, symbol of duality. Vishnu. I made a video about Vishnu and we could see that it is the same thing as Saturn. REM sleep, hellbound, the magnet. So here again we have this magnet. Dance floor, and dance floor is the floor where we become dense. And Fiat Lux. So 93 is element Neptunium, and once again we have this trident. And Katniss is 19 in Chaldean, and in the Tarot 19 is the sun. But I believe this is a reference to the black sun, not our sun. And with 19 we have the word death in Chaldean and dreams. The J is 17 in Chaldean, matching Enlil. And I put the picture of Enlil because he's also an archer. And actually on this poster the Mockingjay looks pretty much like Enlil on the picture on the right. Other words with 17 in Chaldean are Joker. Then we have Yodevavhe, so again Jehovah, the Tetragrammaton. We also have Matrix, Eagle, that is the symbol of the phoenix, Circle, that is pi, Yin-Yang, that represents duality, Reality, core, heart, and earth. The J is 69 in English Ordinal, matching Jehovah. So we had it with the 17, now we have it with the 69. Then black hole, pirate, and forger, indicating that he made a copy. And 69 matches element thulium, and this name is derived from the Thule Society, and you know this society is famous for worshipping the black sun. So I looked for Archer and I found this. I couldn't believe it. So here on the first one you can see a green car, just as in Slaughter Race. And the car represents the body, and green is the color of death. So dead body. And we have the explosion here behind. On the second poster we see the explosion also. And on the third one we see a portal, we see this ring, we see the explosion, and we see the dragon. So dragon linked to fire. The dragon is the phoenix. And the dragon is also the larva in the apple gall. On this one you can also see the portal. Apparently it is a portal to Earth, it is green inside, and we can see trees. We see the explosions as usual, and this thing with teeth represents the printer of the Matrix, just like the shark. So here we have two posters of Archer. On the left you can see the color green and the color orange, and the shape made by the wings, the arms, and the torso of the person form the Baphomet. And on the right you can see the explosions, you can see sharks, and remember the shark is a representation of the printer, and you can see the color green there in this bubble with the man inside, and I will comment this in another video when I do my video about the color green. Those ads here are very interesting. On the left it says time is running out, so they are telling us. And it says Catching Fire, which I guess is the second movie of the Hunger Games. And Catching Fire is 103 in English ordinal. So this is huge because this is element Lawrencium. And as you know, Lawrencium is linked to the cyclotron. And the actress playing the Mockingjay is Jennifer Lawrence. No coincidences. This is part of the script. 103 is the 27th prime number matching element cobalt, so we are back to the goblin. And with 103 we have the sewer. And the sewer is 35 in Chaldean, matching simulation and cyclotron. So this is telling us something here. It's all about the cyclotron and the shark in the sewer that we saw in the decode about slaughter race. And actually you will see something in this movie. The Mockingjay had to go in the sewer. So I was quite amazed when I found this picture, and I was like, wait, she's in the sewer. Like It the Killer Clown. Like the shark in the sewer in the video about slaughter race. So there's definitely something with the sewer. Now we just saw the sewer, and the sewer is 35, matching element bromine. That means stench. And it is so appropriate because the sewer stinks. Then with 35 we have cyclotron, as we just saw, and Catching Fire is 103, matching Lawrencium. That refers to the inventor of the cyclotron. And as you can see on this picture, there is fire in the sewer. How about that? With 35 we also have simulation, the goblin, oak apple, and this has to do with the printing industry, and we will see a picture that clearly shows the oak apple. Then we have Intel Core, so this is a reference to the computer. Dream Spirit, this is what maintains us in this hypnagogic trance. Clockwork, God Saturn, so God Saturn obviously has to do with the clockwork. The Wizard, that is the Wizard of Oz, and Evil Entity, showing us once again that what is running this place is evil. And in the sewers there are those monsters that have those long teeth, like It the Killer Clown, like the shark, like the goblin. So this is the shark in the sewer in the video about slaughter race. Of course, this is a representation of the printer of the matrix, and this is a predator. So I decided to check if there were other movies with sewers, and I was surprised to find quite a few. And here on the first one you can see this monster with the long teeth, and this seems to be quite a recurring pattern. You also have this one, missing sewer, and another very interesting one is this Spider-Man with this lizard character. So this lizard is green, and here in the picture above you also see this green color. Here we have 4 different movies. An indie movie, Witch in the Sewer, It, Alien vs. Predator, and the last one is Spider-Man with his web above the sewer, the lizard's sewer lair. And this is a representation of the oak apple gall. So as you can see, this one is pretty obvious that it represents the oak apple gall. And the oak apple gall is here on the left. And this is what is used to make ink in the printing industry. Here we have 3 other ones: Fantastic Mr. Fox, a psychotic rat. So we always have the depiction of psychotic characters. Then another one is Sewer Wars and Sewer City. Here we have 3 other movies apart from the one we saw from the Mockingjay representing this monster in the sewer. So we have The Blob, Doom, and The Wild, in which we see 2 crocodiles. And all those monsters have big sharp teeth, and obviously they represent the printer of the matrix. Here we have a scene from Resident Evil and another one that is called Sewer Gators. Funny title. And once again we can see this pattern with the fire. This one, Septic Man, is very interesting because we see the color green and a skull. So this is a confirmation that green is the color of death. And in Slaughter Race we had this green car with the skull. And there are many other examples of this in other movies. And I will show that in an upcoming decode about the green color. The name of the Septic Man is Jack. And Jack is the J, letter J, and a representation of the hijacker. So the story is about Jack, a sewer worker who is determined to uncover the cause of the town's water contamination crisis. When he becomes trapped underground in a septic tank without food or water, he undergoes a hideous and repulsive transformation. In order to escape the tank, he must team up with a docile giant and confront a murdering madman. And you will see that this murdering madman has sharp teeth. And on this picture you can see that this madman is biting the arm of another man. So this is the same picture of It, the killer clown biting George's arm. And we also had one of the shark movies with a shark biting off the arm of someone. One interesting fact is I paused this trailer at 1 minute and 18, and 1:18 is The Matrix. Here we have another one with alligator. So you can see this green color related to the sewer. And of course, crocodiles and alligators are the same symbol as the shark. This is the printer of the Matrix. Those two don't have anything to do with the sewer, but I just put them here so that you can see that they have the same pattern that we saw with the sharks. The explosions, the color green, the fire, and the one on the left says, "The blood alligator, it feeds on you." So yeah, I always said that the machine feeds on blood. So it's always the same pattern, monsters with long, sharp teeth. Here is another one, flushed away, and we can see the same pattern again, the color green, the green monsters, and here we see the color orange. Here another two movies with the sewer. So on the left here you can see these orange eyes symbolizing the fire, and here the crocodile as the printer of the Matrix. This one is very interesting with the green color again related to the sewer. And we can see this larva, so I guess this is a representation of the larva in the oak apple gall. And of course, it's green. Of course, there are several movies concerning rats related to the sewer, but it is always the same symbolism, a creature that bites in the sewer. And here on this one you can see the rat biting the arm of the person. So this is the fourth time we saw the same symbolism as It the Killer Clown. On the Spanish poster they are showing us fieras radioactivas, which means that the monster in the sewer is radioactive, and we could see that before with the shark, the atomic shark. There's also a sewer scene in Indiana Jones' The Last Crusade, and there will also be fire in the sewer. I checked the gematria for Indiana Jones and the numbers are interesting. In English ordinal we have 115 matching one of the atomic masses of element tin is the 50th element matching the phoenix, and 115 also matches element moscovium, and this element has the symbol of the X. With 115 we have Morpheus, Green Twin, and the Demiurge. And we saw before that this X was Yod He Vav He in the Wheel of Fortune. This Wheel of Fortune, of course, related to element tin because tin is 10, and this X is number 10, the number of the Wheel of Fortune card in the tarot. And Indiana Jones is 39 in Chaldean, matching element Ephraim. That has the symbol of the satellite emitting the orange wave. Apparently, the first movie referring to a sewer was made in 1948, and since then an increasing number of movies related to sewers have been released. In this one we have the same pattern as usual, this green color and the fire in the sewer, monsters with teeth. We also see the sewer depicted in anime and in video games. Here we have Batman in the sewer with the Green Lantern, so this is very telling. And then there is a monster that appears, and as usually the monster has long sharp teeth. And then there is an explosion in the sewer. So do you see now how they are always showing us the same thing in different movies? And we also have this game about the Ninja Turtles. This one says back from the sewers. And of course the turtles are green. And here we have some orange. They are holding a trident. Now to end with, here are a few video games with sewers. I took some screenshots and I was surprised to see that there are dozens of video games with sewers. And most of the time the sewers are depicted with this green color. Here you can see that the sewer can look like a portal. We can see also the oak apple gall, and it also looks like CERN, like the Large Hadron Collider. And oak apple and cyclotron are both 35 in Chaldean. I think that this reality is made by a cyclotron, whether it be CERN or a bigger cyclotron system that prints our DNA, that prints the material world. As I showed in my video about God of Sleep number 1, There are lots of videos and pictures about this game, Vampire the Masquerade. And here on this picture you can see this green fog. The three following pictures will be about this game. And vampires are a representation of the printer. They have long sharp teeth and they feed on blood, just like the machine that runs this matrix. This is why vampires are a representation of the machine of the printer. So as you can see, the sewer was featured in quite a lot of movies, but what is surprising is that almost all video games have a sewer level. I didn't know that because I don't play video games, but it's endless. I don't know why there is this obsession. Game creators are really obsessed with sewers. So when I started this decode about the Mockingjay, I had no idea I would end up speaking about sewers again, like in a place called Slaughter Race. But this is just a confirmation of what they showed us in Slaughter Race. So back to the Mockingjay, you can see here in this picture that their outfit represents the phoenix. And in the next slide we will look into the definition of mocking. So we all know that the definition of mocking, the verb to mock, means to make fun of, to trick, to delude, make a fool of, treat with scorn, treat derisively, or contemptuously. And when you look at the etymology, this one doesn't seem very accurate, but here, replaced Old English, Bismarckian, the sense of imitate, simulate, resemble closely. So this is huge here because this has to do with the simulation, imitating. So this matches perfectly of what we had before with the forger who made a copy. Also, see mock adjective is from the notion of derisive imitation. So it's an imitation in which they make fun of us. Mock as an adjective, feigned, counterfeit, spurious, having a close but deceptive resemblance. So yes, this is the Mockingjay, the J is the hook, this is the jack. A deceptive counterfeit, this is what this matrix is. I was going to finish this video when I decided to check the gematria for the matrix is a deceptive counterfeit. And I found very interesting numbers. So first of all, in Frank Baconist we have 741, and this is Lucifer's number according to Manly P. Hall. In Chaldean we have 127, which is the atomic mass of element tellurium that represents Earth. And in Chaldean with 127 we have, what is the purpose of this planet? Well, this planet seems to be the matrix deceptive counterfeit. Then we have the food for the energy vampires and the embodiment of demonic entities. So some people might not like what is being shown here, but we all know we live in a simulation. And this simulation is Earth. We live on Earth and we live inside a simulation. So Earth is the simulation. Yeah, that was also shown in the video about The Simpsons' final boss, and he showed the Earth video game. If you haven't checked my video about The Simpsons, you should, because here you will see how it is exposed. Then the matrix is a deceptive counterfeit is 2222 in Jewish. And we have the same number in reverse trigonal for matrix deception. So this cannot be a coincidence that both expressions are 2222. And this is very deep. This reminds me of a post I made about the world, a decode I made about the world tarot card, and I reached a very surprising conclusion, and I was like, wow, this is very weird. So I will not go into details right now, but this goes very deep and I will make a video about this. There are other numbers here that I'm not putting, otherwise this video will be much longer, so I will make another video with what I have to show. But this has to do with the world. The 2222 has to do with the world tarot card. That, of course, represents our world. The deceptive counterfeit is 105 in Chaldean, matching Great Architect of the Universe. Then, who is in control of the earth? What is the purpose of life? And your mind is being fed a false reality. Yeah, the Matrix. So I will make a video after this one that I had not planned at all, but seeing those numbers made me connect many other things, and it's all linked to the Large Hadron Collider and this world's tarot card, and pi. So thank you very much for watching, and more information is coming in the next videos. Bye bye.